Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience. Sorry, I had to move the time for 1:30 CSD. We were in middle of a few trades. We're gonna go over that, but this is going to be completely raw and unfiltered. I'm not doing a PowerPoint presentation here. What we're gonna cover is some of the rules I've adapted for options trading and how they've made my life a lot easier and how it's going to make your life easier. And one of the things that no matter where you're starting from, you're going to start realizing is when you actually take a loss in trading, it actually helps you. And I know it sounds crazy, but it actually does help you. And the reason for that is when you're making money the right way or the wrong way, you're not really looking to learn anything because it's working for you. And when things don't work for you, you start making rules. So, started trading in 2020. My name's Mo, by the way, and I traded full time options and taught it. In 2020, market only went up, and so what we ended up doing was just bought calls, and eventually ended up having a day where market actually went down, and it didn't go down like it was red. The money just moved in from, let's say, tech into banks, and I didn't know what to do. And from there, started setting up rules. Like right now, I'm setting up a course for day trading and I'm setting up rules. I'm showing people how I do it live in the Discord. We took 3 trades today. I'll go over all of them, and I'm going to tell you how it's easier to do it now that we have the rules. I think one of the biggest things people do is they gauge the performance based on how much money they make. That's where it's wrong. If you guys work at corporate, there's a term that we use called key performance indicator. If your KPIs are wrong, eventually the company's going to lose money. I don't know if you've ever worked for a corporation where they changed KPIs ever, right? So most people focus on success rate and money. They're both garbage. You can make money, but then you could do wrong things and eventually you're going to blow up your port. You can go on success rate, which means it took 10 trades, 5 worked. Okay, I have a 50% success rate. Doesn't matter. The big thing is risk reward. How much are you risking? How much are you making? I'm going to show you some of the trades and I'm going to show you some of the rules on why we took the trade. So we're going to do that side by side. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to clear up the charts. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'm going to go on a single chart today. I live traded today after a long time. I'm going to start live trading every Friday moving forward. So we're going to go over the first trade we took today. I'm going to show you why we took it, and I'm going to tell you what rules went in the way to taking that trade. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure why I'm having issues with trading view today. Okay, so the first trade we took today was Tesla. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to add volume, and I'm going to show you my rule number 1. Rule number 1 is always make sure that you have a plan before you enter a trade. So the plan was a video was posted on Instagram. I'm going to share my Discord quickly. I'm showing you the plan. That's rule number 1. If you don't have that, you're not going to make money long term. So this is May 9th. This is 7:43. Market opened at 8:30. The Instagram video came at 7. This plan came out at 7:43. So this was the plan. If we get to this zone, buy it. Worst case, if this breaks, buy it. So I'm going to show you before market open what the commentary was so you can see. 8:27 a.m. Looking at 295 or 300 calls in Tesla. Think today is Tesla day, okay? This is pre-market. Can't make this shit up. Only bet what you're willing to lose. And this is 8:30 right on the dot when the market opened. Tesla 290, 170. So rule number 2 that makes your life easier. Do what you're going to say you're going to do. A lot of you say stuff and don't do it, and then do stuff that you didn't say you're going to do it. You're not going to get consistent results. So this is what we did. Forget about the money for a second. This is what we did. We took the breakout here, and this is where we failed. I was expecting 310. We quite didn't get there. So if I go daily chart, let's see why we rejected here. This looks like a rejection zone from the past. It's 309.32, not really, but a lot of times this is what the market makers do. So people that are chasing late. So again, plan every single trade. And even if you're not planning to trade, even plan that. Rule number 2, plan, make your life easier. Do what you're going to say, okay? Don't ever start breaking your own rules, that's going to make your life harder. The third thing that I learned from losing $90,000, and this is one of the biggest thing, is I never had a plan. I never had a freaking plan. I got in a trade and the goal was to make the most amount of money from it. And then what ended up doing was there's no exit strategy. So that day when I lost my $40,000 day, which I've made a lot of videos on, it happened because I did not take profit. Now I wasn't down. I was up $40,000 that day and I took it to zero. So I want you guys to understand, some people know my entry was perfect. My leveling was perfect. Everything worked out, but I did a shitty job on not planning where I'm going to take profit. So I'm going to show you how I took profits here. I want you guys to watch this because you can't make this up. This is 830. This is 830. Sold half at 260. So if you added 10 contracts, you're up 1,700 to 2,600. I know these ended up going to 10. I get that. But how many times did that happen? Holding rest, think 300 possible today. 831. This is 1 minute in. Sold more Tesla at 380. And now I'm like, okay, I'm not selling anymore. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to show you where I ended up selling. 890. So from 170 to $890. That's insane, right? I'm telling you right now, a lot of people post percent, and so it's easy to say, "Yo, I made 600%." But most successful traders, they're scaling, meaning they're not holding 10 contracts from 0 to 100. They're selling. I never did that. In 2020, I was just doing it based on. Now, you guys saw me sell a whole chunk, right, a minute in, because I wanted to take the risk off. My goal, and I'm telling you, over time has changed. It's not to make the most amount of money. It's to protect my capital. That's the goal. So I trade different because that's the goal. You might have a different goal. You might not sell, but that I've lost enough money in 2020 to know not to do that again in my life. See, no one's ever gone broke taking profits. So eventually you'll make it. You'll have that 1,000% winner, but that's not what I go for. So that is something massive. Know where you're going to cut, know where you're going to take profit. I'm going to show you. This was profit. I'm going to show you cutting now. Second trade, Google 152.50 at 58 puts. Okay. So this is 154. I'm going to tell you why I picked Google. I picked Google because 3-4 days ago, Google had that bad news and it sold off and a whole bunch of people bought it. So those people were fresh buys. So I knew they'd panic sell the fastest. This trade was called out at 926. So let's go on 926. So this is the 926 candle. Watch this. Added at 58 at 827. 828 sold half at 77. So now that I've done that, we're day trading. What do you do next? You need to do break even. So the stop, so then I sold more at 90. Stop is break even. Guess what happened? This is at 939. Watch, it just ran up. So I got stopped out. So let's say if you made 50% on half the trade and you sold the rest at break even, on the overall trade, you made 25%. Here's what people do. Take half at 50%. Some people don't even sell half at 50%. But let's say you sold 50 and then the rest goes to zero. You end up not making anything on the trade. You go break even. So I want you to look at these rules that will make your life easier. As long as your goal is to protect. If your goal is be aggressive, then kind of do your own thing. I've seen enough people blowing up their account. Now, let's go on the third trade. Well, I had one more trade that I didn't take myself, was Lyft. These, I don't even want to check how much these, it was Lyft 1550 calls. I was in Tesla, so I'm like, I'm not touching this. But if I had to guess, these are probably like up 1,000%. I wish I took these, but that's the next thing. No hindsight. I trade flawlessly only because these things are going to happen and I accept them. What else did we take? Apart from that, those are the two trades we took. They did phenomenal. Now, I don't know how many of you guys day trade. I don't, right? As of a month ago, I did not day trade. Not because I hate it. It's because it's like a video game. It gets really addicting. when you're doing really well, like today did really well. So like, let's take 10 more trades. That's the vibe. So that brings me to my next rule that makes my life easy. I don't tend to take more than 2, max 3 trades ever, day trades, because there's no end to how many trades you can take. And I personally, on a Friday is a very good day to blow up your entire account, because you make 5K. Wow, you can make more, and then you're down, break even. Then you're like, let me buy more. These rules you make your own, but they're going to make your life a lot easier. Most people live their life without any rules, and they do the same thing with trading. Thing with trading is it's going to make you go to zero, your account go to zero. So always know. So I'm going to show you how I set up my chart, so it's going to help you and make your life easy. We're going to go over Tesla, because that's stuff that Tesla is the stock that I've been talking about nonstop. Yeah, trading view is giving me so much issues today. I don't know what's going on. Okay, Tesla. Okay, so let's go daily. So I'm gonna delete everything. So this is gonna form a really weird hammer today. Let's go weekly. I like this more. So this is perfect. We're right at the spot where we rejected. This spot needs to be holding, okay? This is also a cup. So let's say you're like, you know what? I'm gonna take a brand new entry on this. Okay, so this is kind of what we have for technical. This one rule is gonna make your life a lot easier. You don't have to do everything I said, but watch this. So let's say you're like, you know what? I want to take this trade. I personally don't take breakout trades unless I see something crazy. Now that we have it set, let's go 5 minutes, okay? So this is a breakout. Let's go 1 hour. This is perfect. So you could choose your stop at this 296 level. You can do, let's do 30. I don't like this. Hold on. I'm going to delete the cup. I don't like the cup. It's ruining my chart. Okay. So this is do I have a 30-minute? Nope. I have a 5-minute. I have a 5-minute demand zone. I think we're going to close under it so far. Yeah, this broke. So then this could be, let's say, your stop. Let's say you're taking the trade right now. I'm just giving an example. I'm not giving financial advice, by the way. Let's say you're taking this trade right now. Okay, cool. Oh my God. I just realized I'm not sharing my screen. You're probably wondering what happened. Sorry. Guys can see it now? Yeah, that's the thing with when I'm sharing my screen. I don't share the whole thing. I have to share a tab. I don't know how to change the whole screen. But can you guys see the chart now? Let me know. I'll keep going. If you can't see it, just message again. I have the chat open now. Yesterday, I had the chat open and I was getting really distracted. So I'm like, I'm not going to do that today. So let's say this is the trade you're going to take. Okay. Let's say this is going to be your stop. Maybe you're like, you know what, Mo, I need to give myself more room. Okay. So you go 295. Cool. You're like, this is going to be my stop. Your profit taking, let's say, is at this level. You're like, and this is not day trading anymore. I'm talking swing trading. Day trading, very different rules. Let's say you're going to go for a May 30th contract, and now we're going to go back to 30. So always cover. Let's hold on. Sorry for switching back and forth. So this is how I would set up. After this call, we'll probably take a Tesla trade. Every time I come on, it's when it gives me the perfect signal, and then I'm here, so I can't take it anymore. My entry would be right here. Yellow. So this is how I need you to do this. And then what I want you to do is go long position. This is going to give you a risk reward, which you should already know. It's going to be pretty high. It's 6.28. So this is what we're going to do. You could set your stop here, right? You could do that. I wouldn't do that at that point. I just get out and then try a re-entry again. But this is how you want to take a trade. So you know exactly where you're getting in, exactly where you're getting out. Everything is clear. Most of you aren't doing that. Most of you have like a million indicators. VWAP this, VWAP that. And then the only thing I will look for is flow. Is there any flow? Let me go check. Let's go switch screens again. Golden sweeps, Nvidia puts, Tem puts, Apple puts, Lily puts. Let's check for Tesla. So Tesla had a breakout alert by the bots. This came in yesterday. They bought 300 calls for 8.29 million. It's pretty good. There's flow by that. I can tell you there's flow on Tesla, but this would be how I would plan. This is going to make your life a lot easier. You pick one or two tickers and that's it. Now, I'm working on a day trading strategy, which I'm not about to teach here. That's going to be more so like a 2-3 hour course. Probably going to, the first time I'm going to teach it is on the 5-day live challenge, which is happening on May 21st. Going to teach all this stuff, all this fun stuff. Keep an eye on the volume. I want to show you something. And this is one thing I noticed. And that's when I'm like, you know what? I'm going to head to the gym today because this is where I have to stop myself from over trading. It's very hard to stop over trading when you're sitting behind the desk. So look at this. Oh, no, let me show you in a better way. Look at this. What do you guys see? The volume has gone down. And when the volume has gone down, I know that I don't want to trade. Was a perfect time to trade. So right now we're holding this level here. So basically anyone that added here is basically losing money right now in Tesla on a 0 day. That's what people do. They chase. Tesla has been slapping, punishing people that come in late. What else we got here? It's 149. Let's go over one more and then I'm done. You see the Discord? Hold on, let me switch. Let's do one more. Let's do Meta. I don't know why Meta is down. That was also one of my trade idea, and I want to still trade Meta. We have CPI next week, so I'm not doing it, but I'm having issues with my trading view today. It's not letting me add tickers, so I have to go like this. Okay, so this is Meta. This is your daily. Let's see where the moving averages are. So that's the 9. Let's see where the 50 is at. Let's go 100. I'm going to move it so we can see it. Let's go 200. Let's go 50. Let's go 20. Let's go 9. All right. So it's sort of closer to 9. My thing was 591 would hold if you guys go watch my video. So I have an alert right here and it bounced off of here. I like it. I don't know why it's down, to be honest. I don't see any kind of flow. I don't see anything else happening here, but it's down. And the last time it was at this level was on Wednesday. I don't know why it's down, but I really like this trade. If we didn't have CPI next week, I would have taken the trade. But so if this was my, let's say, stop, let's say this was my entry because I'm talking to you right now. So I'm like, okay, let's just take this trade. Yellow. Now, if we go daily, what we're seeing here is this could be your first level if we're bullish. So this is kind of how I look at it. If you can't do this, we have a problem. But yeah, I wanted to come in, go over these simple rules, right? You need to set them up. They're going to set you for life, and then you're just improving your process, your charting. If you don't have rules, you can improve everything else. It's not going to work. So trading isn't simple, but it is easy if you listen to yourself, because subconsciously gut will tell you don't do this, don't do that. But most people kind of fail there. Let me see if there's any other flow that's coming in right now. They're buying Nvidia puts. Let me go check Nvidia real quick. I don't like trading Nvidia anymore. I stay out of it. That's like one of the most requested chart, which is why I think it's too overpopulated. Look at that beautiful trend line rejection. Man, short this thing in my okay, that's not financial advice. I'm just thinking out loud with the flow. I'll go over the flow with you guys. Let me share my tab. The flow Nvidia 118,919. That's basically it. I think I'm just an Nvidia hater now. 116 for next week. 300K. I'm guessing they think inflation's gonna be high, so this is gonna go break one way or the other. All right, guys, this is it for me. I'm gonna try coming again next week. Make sure you guys follow on me on Instagram. Make sure you guys sign up for the challenge if you actually want to learn this. We're doing early bird right now. Just send me a DM and I'll send you the link. With that, I'm out. I'll see you guys. Enjoy the weekend. Have fun. It's Mother's Day on Sunday, so make sure you go get your gifts and flowers. All right, I'm out.